Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. You know the saying, curiosity killed the cat? Well, I've got a roll of tape. And I may be the cat.
She get to the cash when she walk. She look like a bad when she walk. She get to the cash when she walk.
Hey folks, welcome back. So we know this car behind me here is a Tesla Vision car. It doesn't have any radar, just cameras. And for autopilot, it relies on the cameras. So what I was going to do is I was going to go for a drive and on a regular route and just test out the autopilot. But we've seen that before. And then what I was going to do is come back and see this tape here, like I was showing at the beginning? I was going to start taping up the cameras. We have 8 cameras on this car, 3 on the front, 2 on each side for the B-pillar and the repeater camera, and then 1 on the back for the backup camera. So I was going to start taping them up one at a time. We don't need to go on a drive to see what autopilot does. We already know what autopilot is, so let's start taping up the cameras right away. Okay, let's start this. It could be a little tricky without showing my plate. Let's start with the backup camera. So we'll just take a little piece of tape and just put it over the backup camera there. And I don't think this is going to do much, but let's go for a drive. Okay, let's see what the backup camera looks like. And as you can see, the tape's on it there. Let's close the trunk. It's not going to make any difference, but we'll close the trunk. Okay, let's begin. Let's go for a drive and make a U-turn out of this parking spot again. So we're going to go up to a spot where there's a good stretch of road where we can put in autopilot and not have any interruptions, so we don't have to come out of autopilot. Okay, so here you can see we're in autopilot. The back camera is taped up and we're going good. No issues. It's working quite fine. Okay, so let's start taping up some more cameras. That worked fine. Let's do the B-pillar. Okay, let's tape up this one side right now. Let's go do the other side. Okay, and let's do the other side here. Tape that up. Now we'll keep the back taped up too, and we'll just do these B-pillars and the back for now. So the 2 B-pillar cameras are taped up in the back camera. You won't be able to see anything different on the screen because we don't get to see the B-pillar cameras anyway. So let's go for a drive. Okay, we come out of this roundabout and I'll throw her into autopilot and see what happens. Remember, the 2 B-pillar cameras and the back camera is off. Now right away we see we have a message saying multiple cameras blocked or blinded. But it still goes in autopilot. Look at that. So the 2 B-pillars on either side and the backup camera are both blocked and are taped up. And we're in autopilot, and as you can see, the blue lines look fairly strong. There's no wiggling or wavering. It's a pretty straight road here. So it gave me that message, but it still stayed in autopilot. So let's keep taping up some cameras. Okay, the next one will be the repeater camera here on the driver's side. Tape that sucker up. Okay, this next one is the passenger side. Tape that up. And let's see what happens now. Okay, so now we have the backup camera, the 2 B-pillar cameras, and the 2 repeater cameras, all blocked. And as you can see on the screen, they look very, even though it's black electrical tape, it looks pretty funny. So let's get out of the parking lot and go for another drive down that same stretch. I have a feeling it may not work this time. Leave a comment down below before we go on this, folks, and before you continue any further on the video. What do you think is gonna happen? Comment down below. Don't cheat. Okay. On the screen, it's showing the lines and it's showing the cars in front of it. Let's just wait for this roundabout. Okay, so let's go and we'll get on this stretch and we'll engage autopilot. It's showing cones. It says, once again, the same message comes up. Multiple cameras are blocked or blinded. And it goes into autopilot. This is great. Now, what I'd like to see is, I'm going to keep going straight. I'm going to go a little further than the last one. I want to see if any cars that come up beside me or behind me show up on the screen. I can't imagine it would because there's no cameras to detect it. So this is just using the 3 front-facing cameras. Vision only. This is vision only, folks. And it's also a roundabout, so I got to come out of autopilot unless we want to launch violently into the middle of that, because we know how autopilot deals with roundabouts. This isn't the beta. We'll come back into autopilot here And like I said, it's showing all the little markings, like the little bike lane markings there, showing the cones. It's showing, let's see if it shows the traffic lights when I come up to this light here. Yep, it's showing the traffic lights. So basically the 3 cameras are working. The front facing cameras are working. Good, because that's the only one we have. It's picking up the speed signs, picking up the car in front of me too now. Let me go beside it and see if it picks up the car beside me. Okay, I'm in autopilot. Oh, see, it disappears just as it gets beside me. Just as, I guess, those left and right forward-facing cameras that angle out a little bit, I guess those, once it's out of its view, we lose it. So let me come up to this taxi up here and drive beside it and see what happens. It's showing it there. When do we lose it? Okay, we lose it right now when it's beside me. Okay, so that makes sense. So let's start taping up some cameras on the front now. Okay, so there are the 3 cameras right there. It's gonna be a little tricky for me to get them and make sure they're taped up really good. So, okay, so we will start here, put maybe 1 piece here. And then another piece right here. That looks like it blocks off the left side quite fine. Okay, coming around to the other side, let's put a piece right here, and then another piece right around here. Okay, so as you can see, both sides are taped up pretty good, and really only the center camera, the main camera that we can see on Sentry mode, is visible. Okay, so as you can see, the side repeaters and the backup camera are covered there. In addition, the B-pillar cameras are covered up, and the 2 cameras front facing that are pointed to left and right are covered up. So really the only camera out of the 8 cameras that is non-obstructed or not obstructed is the forward-facing camera, the center forward-facing camera. So 1 out of 8 cameras. Let's see what we get. On the screen, it's showing the lines, the grayed out lines of the road. Once again, we're getting that multiple camera blocked or blinded message. Clean camera or wait for them to regain visibility. It's picking up the traffic light, at least one of them. It's only picking up 1 traffic light as we sit here at the traffic light. Let's turn onto this main road and see what autopilot does for us with just this single camera. Nope, it says cruise control unavailable. So I think we pushed our luck a little bit too much. The autopilot symbol isn't even coming up here. It just keeps saying that message, multiple cameras. It is showing the speed limit. It's showing the car in front. Let's see if it shows the cyclist on the side in the bike lane here as we come up to the cyclist. Does it show the cyclist? No, it doesn't. It doesn't show the cyclist. But it is showing the lines in the road and the car in front. Well, actually now it's not showing the car in front. Let me go a little closer to that car in front. Nope, so it's not showing anything. Before we block that last camera, let's just see what dash cam or Sentry view looks like. Does it pick anything up? I'm very curious to know. Okay, so we can see that those 2 pieces of tape, actually that's funny, those 2 pieces of tape are actually blocking that center camera. So if I was to take that 1 centered piece off on each side, will we have the camera, the center camera? Let me see, because really I think what we're doing is we're blocking all the cameras. Okay, this is very interesting. Looking back at the dash cam footage here, when I put the tape on the right side camera, you'll notice, if I fast forward a little bit here, that it is blocking the actual dash cam camera. So the dash cam camera, or the Sentry camera, the front facing one, is actually that right side camera. It's not the center one. That's interesting. Okay, so basically knowing that finding, what I've done now is I've taped up the one on the left side, the driver's side, and the center one. But this right side one I'll leave open and we'll go for a drive. That's really weird. Okay, let's spin around. Okay, we're back up here, and now we're going to tape up the remaining side here, there, and last but not least, this one right here. So now all the cameras, as you can see, are taped up, and let's go for a drive. Wipers, really? Okay, they're all taped up now, every single camera. My microphone has crapped out on me, so I'm just using the camera mic, so there's no external mic, so it may sound a little different. So everything's dying on me. I think the camera battery is even gonna die soon too. So let's just do a quick drive here. All 8 cameras blocked and taped up. We have the message coming up on the screen, obviously, which has been coming up ever since the B pillars were taped up, I think. And I don't expect to see much here. Mind you, I am seeing some road markings. That is interesting. Pull up the rear view and confirm that those are still taped up, which they are. We're on the road now. It is showing, this is very interesting. It is showing road markings, and it's taped up pretty good. It's showing road markings, but of course it's showing nothing else. There's cyclists passing me. There's a red light I'm coming up to here. It knows. So I told you the battery was going to die. It actually did die there, and it may still die here before it finished. So let's wrap this up quickly. So were you impressed? Let me know down in comments below. I was actually impressed that even with these side cameras, the repeater and the pillar cameras on both sides taped up, that we still were able to get autopilot. Now, obviously, when we start messing with the front-facing cameras, I think what vision really depends on solely, not solely, sorry, I shouldn't say solely, but what vision depends on quite a bit, then we're going to lose functionality and stuff like that. Did we lose functionality with other stuff like emergency lane departure and all those kind of things doing the side cameras? Maybe so. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. Definitely emergency braking and stuff like that. The forward-facing cameras needed that. That's why the message was on the screen. And it's interesting to know. Vision only, by definition, like I was saying earlier, is vision only. You know, it needs the cameras. It doesn't have the radar, so it can't rely on that. I'd be interested to know with a radar car, if you tape all that stuff up, what the radar does and what the car depends on for the radar. But I don't have a radar car anymore, so this is just a vision only car, so I want to see what it's like. Let me know down in the comments below if you were impressed. I was quite impressed. These kind of videos like this where, you know, it's like
She get to the cash when she walk. She look like a bad when she walk. She get to the cash when she walk. She look like a bad when she walk. Girl, do it, do it, do it.